Good evening. This is just a quick message to send support to this young man who disclosed that he mediocre tutorials and reviews who just disclosed today that he's diagnosed with testicular cancer and he will be undergoing surgery tomorrow. Um, I did, when I saw that, I definitely sent out a message to the young man and stated that I'm believing in healing, I'm believing for his healing and wholeness, and that on the other side of this test, there will be a testimony. The reason I decided to do a really quick live is because looking at this young man and seeing the concern and fear in his eyes, I understand it. And I don't know how old he is, but he looks like he could probably be the age of my he could be my son. I'm going to say, young man, you're going to be all right. In addition to that, I'm going to say, like he's indicated, and I think a couple of other content creators tonight have indicated, men, you must be more vigilant in your screenings. Because I know, men, you all don't like going to the doctor. My husband doesn't. But it's imperative that you do your annual screenings, and hats off to this young man for doing his annual physical. Also, I was watching Abba and Preach, and they talked about that whatever cancer that is being dealt with, or the cancer that is out there, a lot of times it affects minorities greater than non-minorities. I had my first mammogram at the age of 29. I'm 54. Um, I got my first mammogram because there was a lump in my breast. And like this young man, an ultrasound, and gratefully that it was benign. But I was terrified because I was 29. I had a 2-year-old daughter. I had a 2-year-old daughter. And again, at that time, I'm 54. So at that time, they said women didn't need to start getting mammograms, I think, to maybe 35, 40. So I was way ahead of that age, way younger than that age. I was 29. So I've been getting mammograms since 29. When we think about colon cancer, the average age screening for colon cancer is 45. But for Black people, they recommend that you get it at 40. Women are more likely to go get colon cancer screenings because we're not as adverse to certain physical exams as opposed to men. Men, you do not particularly want to get the prostate exam, understandably, and you are definitely adverse to getting a colonoscopy. It is a must. My husband and I got together, I'd already had mine, and I said, "Listen, we've got to make a promise to each other because we're older, and we want to be around for each other as long as possible. There are just certain things we're not going to compromise on. I'm not going to compromise on that. We've got we've got to ensure that we are here for one another. So that means we're going to do the annual screenings. And in the last 5 years, maybe 4, I've lost 2 friends from college due to breast cancer. One was younger than me, one was 2 years older than me. I have several friends who have had breast cancer, and thankfully they have beat it. But had it not been for those screenings, it might not have been caught. So even if you are under the age that is recommended for certain screenings, it don't hurt to ask. It does not hurt to ask. I remember even as a teenager, the well woman exams, and I have to be honest, and they tell you how to do it in the shower and everything. I was afraid. I was afraid to do my well woman exams or my breast exams because I was afraid that I'd find something. So a lot of times I didn't because I was afraid that I'd find something. But you got to do them. You got to do them. It's not something to play with. And like the young Abba and Preach stated, if you don't do it for yourself, do it for your loved ones. Do it for your loved ones because they want you here, need you here. Let me look at some of the comments here. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. And it's so important, but like I said, I was afraid as a young person uh, because I was afraid of actually finding something. And that's what you want to do. You want to be the person to find it, if anything. Um, this is understand your body and don't be afraid to speak. Absolutely. 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 Again, whew, and even now, like I said, I've been having mammograms since the age of 29. And for women and even for men, when you think about those annual exams or physicals, schedule them during your birthday month. That way you won't forget. I schedule mine during my birthday month. So every year I know that that's when I need to have my mammogram. So I don't forget. When it comes to colonoscopies, for those that are 40, and I say 40 because again they say the average screening starts at 45, so I say for Black people you need to start at 40. Schedule it around your birthday month or in your birthday month, because we get busy and things happen, we forget, and next thing you know, another year has passed, and we know so much can happen in a year. So that's all. I just want to send my prayers and encouragement to this young man. Like I said, I can identify with the fear in his eyes. I I identify it. And like I said, even every year I have the mammogram. Every year I'm nervous to see, okay, either I'm going to get something in the mail that says I'm good to go, or I'm going to get a phone call. so it's like I'm holding my breath for the time I have that screening to find, am I going to get this or am I going to get that? So anyway, hug your loved ones, encourage your loved ones to get the screenings. Cause it's, we ain't playing up in here. So that's all I got. I know I'm looking crazy, but I did work out today. So, so, so any shout out to NTR. You're gonna be all right, young man. You're gonna be all right, and then you're gonna have a testimony to tell youngins, and go tell them, they look, check it. Hey, yes, fear can't keep us quiet. All right, I thank y'all. Y'all have a good evening, and until next time.